Jumping into the number 5, one of the top 5 wireless gaming headsets in 2024 is the Razer BlackShark V2 Pro, coming in at a price tag of $199.99. If you want to check out any of the 5 headsets in this video, there's Amazon links below for the US, UK, Canada, and international links, but let's talk about the Razer BlackShark V2 Pro. Now, the build quality on the BlackShark V2 Pros is that helicopter headset design. Stitched leather on the top band with the metal wire style adjustable headband. There's then soft fabric on the earmuffs as well as the top band. Besides that, it's pretty minimalistic, but very, very good looking. The mic arm is also detachable and it stays exactly where you put it, which is great. That's what we like to see. As for controls, on the left side, you have the mic mute button, power button, USB-C for charging, the detachable mic, and on the outside of the left ear cup, there is a volume knob with a slight tactile bump between the different volume up intervals or volume down intervals. Then on the right side, you have a button to toggle between different EQ presets, as well as to switch between Bluetooth or the 2.4 gigahertz dongle. But let's get into the meat and potatoes. How is the sound quality? Well, the sound quality on the BlackShark V2 Pros is great in game. It's quite easy to hear where the enemies are coming from spatially. The mids and trebles are nice and clear. However, the bass is lacking. And while these are still really enjoyable to listen to music on as well as game with, these don't have that super rich, deep bass that some of the others on the list do have. So that is something to consider when buying these. But let's talk connectivity and battery. This is wireless with Bluetooth or a 2.4 gigahertz USB dongle. And the cool thing is it will stay connected with Bluetooth while using the dongle, so you can quickly switch between devices, which is very, very nice. However, unfortunately, they cannot be used simultaneously, so you can't have 2 media sources playing at the same time. As for battery life, they claim 70 hours, and that's pretty accurate. Now for comfort, these fit around my head and ears very, very nicely. They don't feel like they press too hard against my head, and both the top and bottom band, as well as the earmuffs, are very, very plush. So the overall comfort here is great for those longer gaming sessions. Even with glasses, because I do wear glasses, I'm wearing contacts right now, but even with glasses, it's great. But now let's talk about the biggest pro of this headset, the best thing that it does, and that's the mic quality. This is the single best microphone I have used on any headset. It's the best mic on this list as well. Quite literally, you can use this for YouTube commentary, voiceovers, like a lot of things. It's really quite impressive. It's that good. But don't take my word for it, take a listen to the mic test.
This is the mic test of the Razer BlackShark V2 Pros. Check, check, check. 1, 2, 3.
And that is how it sounds. Now lastly, for connectivity, this is compatible with PC, Mac, PlayStation, Nintendo Switch when docked, and iOS and Android via Bluetooth. But with that, let's move on to the number 4 spot, and that is the HyperX Cloud Alpha Wireless, coming in at a same price tag of $199.99. This has one insanely awesome trick up its sleeve that may make you choose this one over every other headset on the list. Pretty insane. But firstly, the build quality. For a $200 headset, it's honestly just okay. While this definitely feels sturdy and it's going to last a long time and is durable, it just doesn't look or feel in hand as good as others in this price range, and $200 is a lot of money for a headset. Most of the others on the list look special. They look like they have more holes in the metal bands, more stitching on top. They just look more premium. That being said, these are really, really good in the places that matter. So the leather on the top band and the earmuffs especially are really, really soft and supple. The mic arm stays exactly where it's supposed to stay, with an LED light indicator at the end of the mic for that mute signal, like signifying it's muted. The controls are also good. On the left side, there's a power button, mic mute button, USB-C for charging, and then the detachable mic. Then on the right, you have a nice volume wheel. Now the sound quality here is where these excel over the previous Razer headset. While the Razer sounds great in game and pretty good with music, these give a lot more punch to the lower frequency responses, giving you more of a full sound in game as well as with music. That's the big thing, because it really gives you that richness to it. This creates a more emotional soundscape, especially like I said, again, in music or even like movies or things like that. So if that's something that you're gonna prioritize, you want that deeper bass, this is going to be a better pick over the Razer. However, if you're just about a competitive advantage in game, both of these are going to do extremely well, and the Razer might even be slightly better for that because it's crisper on the high end. But let's get to one of the biggest tricks that this has up its sleeve, that it does better than I think every other headset on the list, and that is connectivity and battery. Firstly, this is only wireless. You can only use this wirelessly, and you can only use this with a dongle, with a 2.4 gigahertz USB dongle, so no Bluetooth here. But the battery life is where this becomes insane and makes it very, very worth it for, I think, a lot of you. Real world battery life after testing reaches what it's advertised at, which is 300 hours. Let that sink in. That is absolutely insane. That's literally 10 hours a day for an entire month of battery life. That is absolutely jaw-dropping. So for people that basically never want to charge your headset, this is the headset for you. All right, but let's talk comfort. It's actually really good. They sit exactly how a headset should sit on the head. My ears sit inside the muffs. The muffs are nice and plush and fully contact my skull evenly. It distributes weight and pressure against my head basically perfectly. For those long gaming sessions, there's no problem. This doesn't cause fatigue. Even with glasses, it doesn't cause pressure of those glasses pressing against your head. It's great. Now, the mic quality here is pretty much what you would expect. It's not anywhere even close to as good as the Razer, but most headsets aren't. But don't take my word for it. Take a listen to the mic test so that you can have your own opinion. Take a listen.
This is the mic test of the HyperX Cloud Alpha Wireless. Check, check, check. 1, 2, 3.
And that is how it sounds. Now let's talk compatibility. This is compatible with PC, Mac, and PlayStation. But with that, let's move on to the number 3 spot, and that is the Logitech G Astro A30 LIGHTSPEED, coming in at a price tag of $229.99. Build quality here is absolutely awesome. This looks and feels exactly its price point, which is what we love. Maybe even a little bit more. The material choices feel extremely premium. The top band is plastic, but when you touch it, it's this rubbery feeling high quality plastic. You then have a very smooth, non-tactile adjustable headbands, but they're very tight. They're definitely not gonna come loose. And again, it just oozes quality and craftsmanship. The left and right sides have this awesome oil slick look to them with these translucent magnetic covers on them, which just looks absolutely insane. The leather earmuffs feel really soft and are very high quality. Overall, I'm really impressed with the build quality. The only thing I would say is the top band could have been a little bit more padded, but these are still very comfortable even after extremely long gaming sessions all day long. Now, for controls, on the left side, there was a mic mute switch, a 3.5mm headphone jack, and then the detachable mic. Then on the right side, there was a power button, Bluetooth pairing button, and a joystick for controlling a whole slew of things like volume, adjusting game, voice balancing, adjusting the ratio, Bluetooth and connection modes, and also controlling like playback for songs if you're using your phone. So there's a lot of stuff. Then below that joystick, there is a USB-C for charging. But how is the sound quality? Well, it's exquisite, especially for being a wireless headset. This is fantastic for both listening to music and playing games. Spatial awareness here is great for those FPS games with very balanced sound profile without lacking clarity or bass. Overall, not just that the drivers actually produce this great sound quality, but the EQ tuning matches the exterior, meaning that it's super refined. They really took some time. There's a lot of headset brands out there that even though they're bigger multi-million-dollar brands, they don't know how to tune their headsets, so out of the box they just don't sound great. As much as I love Corsair, they have had that problem a few times. They've been getting a lot better with their newer headsets, but this Logitech one is just absolutely on point from the factory. Now, for connectivity, this has Bluetooth. You can use this wired with a 3.5mm cable, and obviously wireless with a 2.4 GHz USB dongle. 3 devices can be connected simultaneously, so audio from Bluetooth, the dongle, and a wired connection can all be heard at the same time. And you heard that right. All at the same time. You could have Warzone going on your PC, which is connected with the dongle, your phone connected via Bluetooth while you're on a call with your friends. I don't know why you wouldn't use Discord, but just a situation. And then that 3.5mm connection connected to your work laptop so you can listen to a YouTube video at the same time. Now, that's crazy. I would never do that, but the fact that you can do it is pretty awesome. Now, for battery life, this has a claimed 27 hours of battery life, but after testing, this actually reached 40 hours of battery life. So they definitely underdid that in terms of their tests, but that's great. Now, comfort here is not as good as the HyperX Cloud Alphas. While the earmuffs here are pretty plush, the top band could use a little bit more padding as it's a little stiff. However, that is really the first impressions. When you initially put it on, you're like, huh, this isn't as comfortable as some others. But after I used this for longer gaming sessions during testing, this never caused any fatigue. It didn't press too hard against my head. I didn't feel like I wanted to take them off. So while it doesn't initially feel like the most comfortable headset in the world, it doesn't cause any long-term fatigue or any soreness. And I think this is really due to the distribution on the skull is really equal and evens out the weight nicely. Now, let's talk about mic quality. Firstly, it's not perfect. The mic arm does take some time to get into the perfect position, but once it's there, it's there. So this might be a con or not for you. I will also say I wish that this was shipped with a pop filter, but yeah, not too big of a deal. You can also get one of those if you really want it. But there's two cool things that this has. One, this has a detachable mic. Once you detach the mic, this has an internal mic that's on the headset itself, so you always have a mic no matter what, which is kind of cool because if you're just wearing these as like a headset and you're out on like a train or a bus or in the car, you can still call someone on your phone and basically use this as a mic. So that's a cool addition. However, this is what the mic sounds like. Take a listen.
This is the mic test of the Astro A30s. Check, check, check. 1, 2, 3.
And that is how it sounds. As for compatibility, this is compatible with PC, Mac, Xbox, Nintendo Switch when docked with the dongle, Android and iOS with Bluetooth, and PlayStation with a wired connection, and also Xbox with that 3.5mm cable. But with that, let's move on to the number 2 spot, which is again from Logitech. This is the Logitech G Pro X2, coming in at a whopping price tag of $249.99. This follows suit with the previous headset having absolutely fantastic build quality. This literally looks like the interior of a Mercedes-Benz. Logitech did a great job here, not only making this a highly usable and comfortable headset, but also feeling like a very premium luxury gaming product. There's an expensive looking stitching on the top band. The adjustable metal bands are super thick metal, and that continues on holding the ear cups into place with, again, very thick pieces of metal. You also then have a thick, slightly coiled cable on the left and right, which looks great and seems robust for long-term durability. You then have these machined metal-looking Logitech logos on the left and right, which look great. And in the box, you also get extra cloth ear pads. So if you do want to switch those out, you can. And if you don't want leather, you can go cloth. So that's nice, depending on if you run hot or cold. And winter versus summer, you know, that's a good time to switch those out. So that's pretty cool. Now, for controls, on the right side, there is a power on-off switch. This is a physical switch, not like a press and hold button. I absolutely love this. It makes it super fast to just put it on, click it on, and then take it off, click it off. I love that. Small thing, huge quality of life thing. Then continuing on the right side, there is a volume wheel, mic mute button, USB-C for charging, Bluetooth pairing and mode switching button, and then the detachable mic. Then on the right side, there is a 3.5mm connection. But how is the sound quality? Well, these are impressive. These do a perfect job of balancing the crisp trebles and mids and low frequency responses together. Listening to music sounds fantastic on these. The drivers may not be as premium as the number 1 spot, but out of the box they are tuned extremely well. Now, gaming is also great. Not only does it give you that emotional side with the deeper, punchy, rich bass, but you also get that competitive advantage having great spatial awareness. Footsteps are easily deciphered directionally, and in a wireless headset, this is basically the best you're gonna get at this $250 price point. Now for connectivity, this is obviously wireless with a 2.4 GHz USB dongle, Bluetooth, or a 3.5mm connection. Now unfortunately, you cannot listen to multiple devices at the same time. However, it is very quick to switch between Bluetooth and the dongle, so that is a plus, but again, you're not going to be able to do it like on the Astros. Now for battery life, Logitech again undercut themselves here. They advertise this at 50 hours, but after testing, we got closer to 90 hours of battery life, which is actually extremely impressive. That is very good battery life. Not like the HyperX, but still, with that amount of battery life, you're very rarely charging this. But now comfort. These are extremely comfortable and probably my favorite fit for my head on the list and maybe of all time. These may be paired with the Exa E900s, which are like a $40 headset, which are not even close to as good as these, but one of the most comfortable headsets I've ever used. These might be tied with that. The top band is very plush. The earmuffs are incredibly plush and it sits perfectly on my skull. Because of this, I had no fatigue after long gaming sessions, even when wearing glasses. They perfectly distribute weight across the skull. There's no pressure points, it's just perfect. They're also not crazy heavy, so this helps with long-term fatigue. Now, mic quality is good here, but still can't compare with the Razer, but don't take my word for it, take a listen in the mic test.
This is the mic test of the Logitech G Pro X 2s. Check, check, check. 1, 2, 3.
And that is how it sounds. But now for compatibility, PC, Mac, PlayStation, Nintendo Switch, iOS and Android with Bluetooth, and a 3.5mm connection for Xbox. Now before we move on to the number 1 spot, we have an honorable mention, and this is the Audeze Maxwell, coming in at a price tag of $329. That is a lot of money. Now, disclaimer here, due to COVID and the continuous supply chain issues still going on, the CTR team decided to make an executive decision to only include in-stock or relatively consistently stocked items on these lists so you can actually buy the products that we recommend, which is why this is an honorable mention. It's constantly back ordered. It's very, very difficult to find it in stock, but it is a fantastic headset. So check the links below if it's available and you want one of the best wireless headsets out there for audio quality. Check it out below. It will be linked below with all the other links. But enough of that, let's move on to the number 1 spot. And this is the SteelSeries Arctis Nova Pros, coming in at a whopping $349.99, although I think it's currently on sale for like $299.99. I think that's what I bought it for. Now the build quality here is exactly what you'd expect for the price tag. It is very, very good. The top band is a single solid piece of metal. We've seen SteelSeries do this on their other headsets as well. The removable ear cups are machine plated metal. There's then the SteelSeries adjustable elastic band design, which is very, very comfortable. The leather earmuffs feel very premium and extremely soft and plush. And there's even metal accents on the retractable mic as well, with a red LED that illuminates when it's muted. Absolutely zero complaints with the build quality. I have no doubt that after years of abuse, this is going to be very durable, as well as the fact that it just feels premium, which is important at this price tag. Now, this headset doesn't just come with the headset, but it actually has a hub with like a volume wheel and a screen. It's very, very cool. The hub is made mainly of plastic, but it has a metal knob. The knob does have a dead spot when rotating it, which is my only complaint. And by dead spot, I mean if you turn the wheel to the right, it turns nicely, but then when you turn the wheel to the left, it kind of doesn't hit resistance for a second. So that's really my only complaint. It's a small complaint, but yeah. Now for controls, on the left side, there was a power button, mic mute button, volume wheel, 3.5mm headphone jack, retractable mic, and then underneath that left ear cup is a USB-C for charging on the go. Then on the right side, you have your Bluetooth pairing button, and get this, a removable battery underneath the right ear cup. Yeah, a removable battery. And by that, I don't mean like a AA, AAA. I mean, it's literally like the battery lithium ion that you can like swap out on the go. It's insane. As well, you can customize a ton of the settings like EQ, chat mix, active noise cancellation, mic volume, and a lot of other stuff in the hub, as well as charging the removable batteries. And yes, that's multiple batteries. Freaking awesome. Maybe one of the coolest pieces of this headset. This is like the Rolls-Royce or Tesla of the wireless headsets. Now, sound quality on the Nova Pros is the best on the list. These drivers are truly like audiophile levels of good. They are so freaking good. I don't know how they did it with a wireless headset, but I am an audiophile. I'm very, very particular about speakers and headsets and audio in general, and especially lossless audio. I'm one of those people that's always gonna plug their phone in when they get in the car because I don't want any loss on my speakers. But this headset is insanely good. It does not sound like it's wireless at all. Both music and gaming sound incredible on this headset. Now, I recommend adjusting the EQ. Out of the box, this is still gonna sound better than 95% of headsets that you've ever heard, wireless or not. But with a little bit of EQ tuning, I turned the bass up a little bit, which these drivers handle exceptionally well. These are audiophile levels of clarity. This is just absolutely exceptional. Whether you're listening to music, playing games, or watching movies, it is absolutely amazing. Now, in-game, how does it do? Well, footsteps are super easy to pinpoint due to that really crisp clarity, as well as just great spatial audio. The bass response and something like explosions are just absolutely fantastic and very, very emotional. Even music in games has that added emotion to it because of the clarity. Overall sound quality here is absolutely exceptionally impressive. Now for connectivity, obviously this is wireless with the hub, which plugs into your console or PC via USB Type A, or you can use this with Bluetooth or wired with a 3.5mm connection. And you can also use the Bluetooth and wireless connection simultaneously, which is pretty awesome. Now battery life here is pretty much infinite. This headset comes with 2 removable batteries, and I think if you wanted, you can just buy more of these batteries, but you have a battery life of 22 hours, and with the hub, once you take one out, you just put it in the hub. So when this one's about to die, you take it out, put it back, put the other one in, and you're done. It's also very easy and quick to do, so you literally like solve the battery issue. You're never going to be in-game, your headset's dying, you're like, oh, let me find a USB-C cable. No. It's like so good. You also never have to plug your headset in directly, which is a huge added bonus for just daily life. Like, so good. The engineering, the design, the concept of this headset was so well thought out. Now, comfort is extreme. It is immense. It is so comfortable. The leather earmuffs are extraordinarily soft and plush with a nice seal around the ears. The headband sits perfectly. If you ever use this style of headband on a SteelSeries headset, it's fantastic. It is very comfortable. It really evenly distributes the weight on the top of your head. There's no fatigue with long gaming sessions. The only thing for me personally is I would prefer it to fit a little bit more snugly on the bottom of my ears, but it does not have any room. Like, it doesn't have any space. It still seals perfectly. It just presses a little bit more up here than it does down here. However, because those earmuffs are so freaking plush, it's still extraordinarily comfortable. Now, for mic quality, again, the Razer is gonna be the king of this segment, but take a listen to the mic test, get your own opinion on this, see what you think, take a listen.
This is the mic test of the SteelSeries Arctis Nova Wireless. Check, check, check. 1, 2, 3.
And that is how it sounds. And lastly, for compatibility, PC, Mac, PlayStation, Switch, iOS, and Android with Bluetooth, Xbox wired, or wirelessly if you get the Xbox variant. But again, if you want to check out any of the 5 headsets in this video, there's Amazon links below for the US, UK, Canada, and international links. Really freaking impressed with the SteelSeries. They absolutely knocked it out of the park with this headset, and the infinite battery life hack is pretty sweet. But yeah, this is Consumer Tech Review, and I'll see you guys in the next video.